Hey guys, Paolo here again, and this week's book of choice is The Challenger Sale, written by Matthew Dixon and Brent Anderson. So this book is basically about understanding the different types of salespeople and what is the most effective type or strategy that would increase your output or your sales numbers, right? Hence the name Challenger Sale. So as usual, I have my 5 key takeaways, and let's start by first defining the 5 key sales profile. So the first one is the hard worker. So these are the guys who put in the time, the effort, they clock in late hours, and they believe that if they, through sheer effort, through sheer grinding and, exerting effort, they will succeed. The second one is the relationship builder. These are the guys who take their customers out. They always maintain that good relationship with their customers. And with the hopes of, with a strong relationship with the customer, they'll be able to convert those good relations into sales. The third one is the lone wolf. So these are the guys who maybe produce stellar performances. However, they work best alone, right? They want to handle the entire sales to sale, end-to-end strategy themselves. And, they feel that they can achieve results faster if they do it themselves. The fourth one is the reactive problem solver. So these are the sales guys who, wait for or thrive in an environment when their customer is having issues, and they try to resolve those issues, right? So it's not really thinking outside the box, but reacting whenever there's a problem, and thriving in those situations on helping their customers solve their problems. And the last one is the challenger. So these are the salespeople who offer new insight. It may be an unpopular opinion to the customer, for example, but they believe that through constructive tension, through this offering new insights, they take their customers to greater height to achieve success. So based on these 5 sales profiles, interestingly, the challenger is the most effective in terms of producing results, long-term results, whilst the relationship builder is actually the most unproductive when comparing all these 5 archetypes. So we'll drill down a bit more with the challenger seller, right? So the challenger sales basically has 3 key phases. It's to teach, to tailor, and to take control. So the first one, the attribute of a challenger seller, is they offer new insight, right? So in their customers, whenever they discuss with customers, it's not simply about going to the boardroom, having a PowerPoint presentation, and shove our product down the throat of our customers, right? It's about offering key insights on the industry that may or may not be known yet by the customer. So offer key insight. The second attribute of a challenger seller is they have strong two-way communication skills, meaning they are very good in articulating their product, their new insight, while at the same time, they're very good in listening to the customer's pain point, listening to their non-verbal behavior. So, and the third one is no customer value drivers. So basically, a challenger seller knows and understands the customer, what is of value of the customer, right? What's his or her KPIs, metrics, what is of value to that customer. The fourth one is identify key economic drivers of the customer business. Again, a challenger seller is the expert in that field. You know that, what are the economic drivers that would help a customer either increase revenue or save on costs, right? The fifth one is they're very comfortable in discussing money. So again, the point of a challenger sale isn't just to build a relationship or offer new insight, right? The end result that you want to achieve is converting them into sales, producing output, and achieving top performance. So challenger sellers are comfortable discussing money, and at the same time, they can pressure the customer. If they need a sale to happen, they are very good in compelling the customer, pressuring the customer to make it land now. So again, those are the 6 key attributes of a challenger seller. Teaching the customer, tailoring the message, and taking control of the deal. The third key insight that I learned here is the 6 steps for a world-class pitch. So what are the different steps that a challenger seller usually does in order to land the sale? So the first one is the warmer, wherein the challenger seller hypothesizes, on similar problems of different companies who have encountered the same problem that your customer may have experienced. So rather than, simply walk in and ask, what is your problem and so on, the challenger seller comes prepared, wherein he or she mentions that he or she has worked with several similar companies in the past who've experienced XYZ problems. And this is where you start it, to ask whether or not the customer that you're talking to has also experienced that problem, or if they want to add on top of those problems that you mentioned. The second one is reframing. You reframe the situation, maybe expand the thinking of the buyer on taking on a different perspective on how to view things, or think of a different way on how to view his or her business. The third one is rational grounding. So you need to show them why it matters, right? So it's important because it would heavily impact their business, which links on to the fourth one, which is emotional impact, right? If they do not act now, you must have them be able to visualize, internalize the impact to their company. They need to be able to see it play out in their head, how it would impact their company. The fifth one is present a solution. Not necessarily your solution yet, but present a solution to the problem that you mentioned. And lastly is present your solution. So based on the solution that you mentioned, the problem, the solution, this is the last step wherein you convince them, out of the many solutions out there in the market, why your solution is the best and why you are the salesperson best fit to help them solve their problem. The fourth key takeaway is constructive tension. Again, it's not about the product that you sell, but the new insight that you're able to share. So again, the challenger seller isn't someone who simply accepts the information that he or she receives from the customer. They may say that they're not ready to buy and so on. But again, it's about expanding the vision of your buyer and really offering them new insight, offering them a new way or new perspective on how to view the business, and viewing you as the industry expert to help them solve their problem. So it's about the insight that you share and not specifically about the product. The last one, key takeaway, is commercial teaching. So again, you are the industry expert, a challenger seller is the industry expert, but how can you share the insight with the intent of converting it to a sales, right? A sale rather. So basically, whenever you offer new insight and offer a solution, you always need to tailor your message as if it's leading towards your strength, right? It would lead you to a disadvantage if ever you lead the insight towards something you're not strong at. So again, whenever you're teaching something, it needs to tailor your message to something that leads towards your strength. Next is, of course, you need to change the way they think, right? They need to have that light bulb moment. The buyer needs to have that light bulb moment to realize that they need to change the way they think. The fourth one is they need to convince customer to take action now. And lastly, it's scalable, meaning the concepts that you teach can be repeated to different similar customers in that same industry. So with that, those are my 5 key takeaways. I hope you liked it, the Challenger Sale. If you liked it, feel free to follow me on YouTube. Search Paolo Balinas, like and subscribe. And I've summarized several other nonfiction books, marketing, self-development, and a lot of books that you would like. So see you again next Sunday. I do it every Sunday, and looking forward to the next book. Thank you and have